Hello, and welcome to Rethinking Our History, where we seek to shed a light on events that have been forgotten and covered up, and to make us all question how much do we really know about our history? I'm Felicia.
And I'm Ian, and we are here to reveal all the sordid details of history that have been swept under the rug. Get ready to get angry, be curious, and maybe have a laugh or two as we rethink our history.
Hello, friends.
Hey guys.
Thanks for joining us for another lesson, number 56.
Ooh, 56.
Yeah, already 56. This week, I wanted to take a look at somebody who has made a more positive impact on the world, even if it's just a little bit.
Sweet.
When he's not playing music as an R&B and blues musician, Daryl Davis has set out to change the heart of some of the most dangerous men in the world, members of the Ku Klux Klan.
Mm.
Daryl was born on March 26, 1958, just a few weeks before my mama, in Chicago, Illinois. His father worked for the Department of State Foreign Service, and the family moved all over the world. This gave Daryl a unique upbringing where he attended schools for the children of foreign diplomats in various countries. These schools tend to be very diverse, with children from literally across the globe attending.
Hmm.
And I'm kind of jealous I didn't get to grow up in that, which my mother wasn't a foreign diplomat. So
Right.
this gave Daryl a unique upbringing where, yeah, I already said that. So when the family moved to Belmont, Massachusetts, Daryl was a bit confused as to how he was treated. He had joined a Cub Scout troop, which had previously been all white. When the boys were marching in a local parade, people in the crowd threw rocks and bottles at him, forcing the pack leaders to close ranks around him. This was Daryl's first experience with racism, and his father had to sit him down and explain it to him. This led to a lifelong desire to understand where this hatred comes from. Daryl's greatest love in life is music, however. And this man, I'm surprised I never heard of him until a few years ago.
Yeah.
Because, wow, the career he's had. He grew up in the 60s and 70s when blues was migrating north. In 1980, he got a Bachelor of Music degree from Howard University, where he had been a member of the Howard University Choir and Jazz Vocal Ensemble.
Shit, he came from Howard, huh?
Howard.
Wow.
Historic black college and universities, let's go. That's what I'm trying to get Patty to go to if she decides she wants to go to college, because I'm like, I want to live vicariously through you because I didn't get to go to one. From his profile on the Kennedy Center site, and I will continue to call it the Kennedy Center. Thank you very fucking goddamn much. Quote, Davis was mentored by legendary pianists Pinetop Perkins and Johnny Johnson, who both claimed him as their godson and praised his ability to master a piano style that was popular long before he was born. Daryl, end quote. Yep, end quote. Daryl has had an impressive career. He has played with Chuck Berry, Jerry Lee Lewis, the legendary blues band, and B.B. King.
Holy crap.
Just to name a few, with his own unique boogie-woogie style of piano playing. In 2009, he was awarded the Best Traditional Blues and R&B Instrumentalist at the Washington Area Music Awards and served as director of the Centrum Acoustic Blues Festival for several years. So, the man can play. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl began his KKK conversion in 1983 while playing at a white bar, the Silver Dollar Lounge in Frederick, Maryland. A man came up to him and said, quote, it was the first time he had heard a black man play as well as Jerry Lee Lewis, end quote. Daryl said, well, actually, Mr. Lewis learned to play from black people.
Right.
And he happens to be a good friend of mine. And he wasn't wrong. Of course, this patron was skeptical, but shared a drink with Daryl, during which time he admitted he was a member of the KKK.
Dang.
Quote, as Davis remembers it, his first reaction was incredulity. I just burst out laughing because I really did not believe him, he said. He then produced his Klan card and handed it to me. Immediately, I stopped laughing. End quote.
Right.
The two became friends, and over time, Daryl, the man gave Daryl contact information for Klan leaders. It took a few years, but finally Daryl decided he wanted to write a book, Clandestine Relationships, A Black Man's Odyssey into the Ku Klux Klan, to answer one question that had been plaguing him since he was a young child, and one he would use to start off all of his encounters with. Quote, why do you hate me when you know nothing about me? End quote.
Right.
Every single one of his meetings, that's how he started it.
Hmm.
Why do you hate me when you know nothing about me?
That's a brave dude. Mad respect.
He's a little crazy, in my opinion,
Yeah.
but I mad respect for him for doing this. Daryl set up a meeting with the Imperial Wizard of the Klan in Maryland, but concealed his race beforehand. In fact, he was warned by his friend from the bar to not go to Roger Kelly's house, as it would be certain death.
Right.
Knowing how these white men thought, Daryl had his secretary make the call. Quote, my secretary called him, and I told her, do not tell Roger Kelly I'm black. Just tell him I'm writing a book on the Klan. I wanted her to call because she's white. I knew enough about the mentality of the Klan that they would never think a white woman would work for a black man. She called him, and he didn't ask what color I was, so we arranged a meeting at a motel. End quote.
Wow.
He not wrong,
Nope.
because heaven forbid a white woman's like, yeah, I'll work for a black guy. He's nice. He pays me well.
Seems like he's pretty smart dude anyways.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this is also like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Still a lot of tension going on. Like,
Yeah.
crazy. It was a dangerous meeting. Kelly arrived at the motel with an armed guard, but the two would become friends, and Kelly even invited Daryl to be his daughter's godfather. When Kelly left the Klan, he gave Daryl his robe. This was just the beginning, and we know Daryl befriended at least 20 members of the KKK.
Wow.
I think he has 26 robes that were gifted to him by people who left the Klan,
Wow.
which has got to be a weird, weird thing to just be like,
Sure.
they're my Klan robes. He claims to have been directly responsible for between 40 to 60 members of the Klan leaving, and was indirectly responsible for over 200 people leaving the Klan.
Wow.
Over,
That's amazing.
yeah, yeah. Which we know at least 20 people, like we know definitively, at least 20 people left the Klan
Because of
after
him.
getting to know Daryl
Right.
because of this mission he set out on.
That's wild. I think I've heard this story before.
Probably.
It's a great story.
Yeah, they did make a movie about it, but I don't remember what it was called. It's not Black Klansman. That's a different guy.
Yeah.
During the course of these meetings, Daryl figured out where the hate came from: propaganda. Most of these people had been subjected to intense brainwashing by family, but once they got to know a black person on a deeper level, it was hard to hold on to these beliefs. Which, like, that's why people don't want people talking to people.
Yep.
Because if you get to know somebody that your family has told you your whole life is a terrible person just because of the way they look or where they come from, but
Who
you
they
get to
voted
know them
for.
and you're like, wait a second, this is actually a really nice person, and everything my family told me isn't making any sense now. They lose control.
Yeah.
It's all about control, folks.
Yep.
Daryl was calm and collected during these meetings, letting the Klansmen rant and rave to get out their ideals before hitting them with a counterpoint that made them think. Case in point, one Klansman who claimed all black people have a violent gene, and maybe Daryl's was just dormant. Daryl asked him, what about killers like Bundy and Dahmer? Is there possibly also a white serial killer gene? 5 months later, that member left the Klan and gave Daryl his robes. Because how the fuck you gonna argue with that? Yeah, there are black serial killers. I covered one last week on Patreon. They're out there.
Right.
They exist. 90% of serial killers are white men.
Yeah, there's far more white men that are serial killers.
And also, maybe black people do have a violent gene because how we've been exploited and treated over the last 500 goddamn years.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of violence stems from, oppression
Exactly.
in black men.
Daryl was invited to quite a few Klan meetings, and in 2016, he estimated he had given around 25 robes and hoods from former members. According to the Washington Post, Daryl has also interviewed knights of the Klan, including Grand Caliph Chester Doles and Grand Giant Bob White.
Giant Bob White.
Grand Giant. He's not
Grand
just a
giant.
giant, he's a grand giant. I'm sorry. I'm going to get shot. It's fine. Y'all got stupid names. Allegedly, one member even gave Daryl a medallion stamped with the words, quote, KKK, member in good standing, end quote. He was like, yeah, that one's a little. At one point in time, the KKK in Maryland had disbanded for a bit, and Daryl claims it was his efforts to get to know the members and have them get to know him that ended it. But it would not stay dead for long and was rebuilt by Richard Preston, leader of the Confederate White Knights. In 2017, Preston was arrested after he fired his gun at counter-protesters at the 2017 Unite the Right rally. Daryl offered to pay his bail and would later take Preston to the National Museum of African American History. Shortly after that trip, Daryl was asked to give the bride away at Preston's wedding.
What the fuck?
So he's giving women away, he's becoming godfather, like...
That's crazy.
Yeah, imagine you can trust black people with your family. Shocker.
Right.
Daryl does have critics from both sides. Chester Dole believed Daryl was a spy for one of the various Klan Buster organizations, while some of Daryl's friends found his obsession with the Klan to be strange, and he has admitted to being called an Uncle Tom and an Oreo. Which, like, Oreos are fucking delicious, so... Okay. I got called an Oreo a lot growing up, so it's like, they're delicious. Why is that an insult? Old friend and fellow musician Adolph Wright calls Daryl a bit eccentric. Quote, he's attracted to controversy. When the crowd goes right, he goes left. End quote. Daryl's father, William B. Davis, believes his son did this to make sense of their hatred and to try and show them we are not all that different. William told the Washington Post, quote, he has done something that I don't know any other black American or white American has done. End quote.
For sure.
And of course, Daryl's still alive. He's still running around. He ain't that old. I think he's only in his like 60s.
We need to get his opinion on trying to sway the cult nowadays.
I don't know. I hope if he runs across this podcast, he thinks that we've done him justice.
For sure.
Mr. Davis, if you ever hear it, we're fans.
Hey, Daryl.
He is an official advisor for the Minds Network. This is an open forum where people can come with their ideals and have constructive discussions. Quote, here at Minds, you have an open forum for where people are welcome to bring their diverse ideas, even their beliefs, which people may not find popular, and have civil discourse. The art of conversing with one another has been lost. This forum will allow people to come on there and be able to be transparent, to have conversation unlike some of the other platforms on the internet. End quote. In 2019, Daryl and Mine launched the De-Radicalization Initiative to combat online extremism. There are various live events as well as resources and ideas for promoting tolerance. Daryl, as part of the initiative, also hosts the Changing Minds podcast. So you should go listen to his podcast.
Sure.
This show covers a variety of topics, including race and music. Guests on the show have included former Klan Imperial Wizard Scott Shepard, former Al Qaeda recruiter Jesse Morton, Chuck Berry's son Charles Berry Jr., and journalist and author Brian Kareem. I have Daryl's website linked in the show notes. You can go straight to the source if you want to learn any more about him.
I'm gonna take my neighbor over there.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the neighbor. All right, Bill. Thoughts?
It's an amazing dude.
Like, to just be like, you know what? I don't like this. I'm going to go talk to some people.
To be able to change people's minds as much as he did is an amazing skill.
All he did was talk to people.
I don't know how he does it.
All he did was talk to people and let them get to know who he was.
Right.
And try and, like, make them actually think about what they've been taught instead of just following blindly what they've been taught their whole lives.
Sure.
I, on a much smaller scale, have done what Daryl has done.
Right.
Back when I was a teenager, I rode the bus with two kids that were, like, grandfathered into the Klan because their family was in the Klan.
Yeah.
And, like, within 2 years, they were both like, I don't want to be in the Klan anymore. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
I don't like it. It's stupid. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not anything like what my family has said that black people were like, and da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Right.
And this is why people like around here don't want to leave their environment, because it's easier to stay where you're at instead of branch out and get to know people outside of your little echo chamber and group of people. And then you might lose your family, and that sucks.
Right.
It does. It sucks to lose your family, but you know,
I've changed people's minds a little bit
yeah,
about gay people,
yeah,
or at least they know they can't talk about gay people the same way around me.
yeah. It's funny. Ian's like the Uber ally at his job. Like, people start, and other people will be like, "Listen, that little guy over there can't say the N word. Can't talk about gay people. Can't talk about brown people.
Don't bring up Trump.
Don't bring up Trump. don't don't talk about how much you love ICE. Just don't.
Just don't even go there with him because he'll prove you wrong.
He might be small and he might seem quiet, but he's got a lot of anger inside of him, and his wife is a black queer woman. You will have issues." All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us for another lesson. We hope you enjoyed this episode and maybe take some inspiration from this man who
For
put his life on
sure.
the line just to have the chance to change someone's mind.
Yeah.
Because Daryl could have been killed
Thank you, Daryl.
on any of these. Like, I don't think people realize that. Daryl could have been killed
Yep.
on any of these, on the
Easily.
spot, just for showing up.
Yep.
But he did it. Whether it's because he enjoys the pain or what, I don't know. But I ain't going to fault him for trying,
No.
you know. All right, guys. We hope you guys all have a good week, and we will see you guys next week.
Love you guys. Be kind to each other.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.